Today I'll be mentioning the importance of digital citizenship as well as the 9 elements that make up digital citizenship. In today's world, digital citizenship is a big thing. It's always been a big thing. It's a topic that educators have to continue to be mindful of within their classrooms, their lecture rooms, wherever they are teaching and whomever they are teaching. So many tasks that are done today involve the use of technology. For example, in classrooms there are iPads, there's some classrooms or lectures require your phone to be used or computers. So it's our responsibility to cover the elements of digital citizenship so that students far and wide will always be prepared and knowledgeable. They'll be able to know about the expectations. So when busy with digital citizenship, the skills has to be part of what we teach the students, or what lecturers or teachers teach students, especially because we ask our students to do research, to collaborate using online tools, and perhaps sometimes to even be involved in social media. So many of these activities lead students to develop their online presence and create their digital footprints. We always have to bear in mind and we always have to address the rules of digital citizenship so that we can continue to remind and model good practices and responsibilities. We also need to remember that we want students to know how to use technology appropriately, to be responsible when on online sites, and also to be safe in the online learning environment. The first element out of the 9 would be digital access. So this is basically the full electronic participation in society. A digital citizen needs to understand that not everybody has access to any sort of online facility, be it a library, a computer room. Not everybody has that type of means and ways to access. So digital exclusion makes it hard for one to gain experience with all these new tools that are continuously upgrading all the time, be it Windows, be it Microsoft. So to be a constructive technology user, we always need to understand and make sure that nobody gets excluded from this opportunity. Most of all, there are quite a lot of citizens that believe in theory that everyone should have access to education, health, the right to worship, and so forth. But the reality of providing these to all citizens of the world is virtually impossible. It is the root of wars, political divisions, and religious fanaticism. It is unreasonable to think that everyone can receive equal access to technology. But it is also noble and is a big goal towards which we can aspire. Digital citizens should continue to lobby all the time for more digital access in more locations so that more people can benefit from it and not only a handful. The second element out of the 9 would be digital commerce. This is the electronic buying and selling of goods. So there are many trades that are done online in today's world. You can literally almost find anything you want and need online. If you'd like to buy your clothing, shoes, there's online stores. There's so many stores that literally has everything you need. For example, there's even Amazon. Amazon has every single thing. It has furniture, books, it has food, it has every single thing. So, however, not all of these exchanges are always done correctly. For example, there are pirated things being exchanged. The correct procedures and policies are not being followed, and it's not right. There are people that lose money, there are people that go to jail, all of those that I've just mentioned. So users need to understand how to use the tools in a correct manner. If the sales figures for Black Mondays are any indication, we as a society are fully embracing digital commerce. So digital citizenship encourages people to embrace digital commerce and continue to strive for safe and secure utilization of shopping banking, engaging in any other commercial transactions in technical venues. The third part out of the 9 would be digital communication. This is basically the electronic exchange of information, so it's the opportunity to communicate with any and everyone around the world. That has not always been possible, and not everybody today, even while it's available, has this opportunity. So users don't always make the correct decisions when interacting on devices and communicating. It's always important to help technology users understand that the implications of not making the correct decisions with all these different types of communication options. There are many ways to do this in the correct manner. So it's another element basically that seems to be embracing more and more each day. So it includes emailing, texting, instant messaging, utilizing cell phones, and so forth. So it continues to grow, and it's important that we don't forget how to communicate face to face, because communication has taken over and people hardly even speak to each other while sitting in each other's companies. They prefer to be on their phones or on any social media. So if we lose our humanity, technology will be a poor replacement. Utilize digital channels of communication to enhance your ability to communicate, but don't allow it to replace your ability to communicate. The fourth element would be digital literacy. This is basically the process of teaching and learning about technology and the use of technology. So in today's modernized world, there's so many new and upcoming technologies that it's been implemented into schools as well. So the important part is that children need to be tough on how to use this constructively and the correct way. The fifth element would be digital etiquette. This is the electronic standards of conduct or procedure. This is one of the most problematic issues in the digital world. There are rules and regulations implemented, however, most times these are not even enough. It is highly important that technology users have the correct digital etiquette at all times. The sixth element would be digital law. This is the electronic responsibility for actions and deeds. Ethics plays a big part in this. It is important for users to understand you cannot steal, take somebody else's work, or just do as you please online. It's a crime. To be ethic is to abide by rules and regulations. And crime is just unethical. Technology users need to understand the importance of being ethical at all times. The seventh element would be digital rights and responsibilities. These are the freedoms extended to everyone in the digital world, quite similar to the Bill of Rights that South Africa has, or basically any other country. The online world has something quite similar. Basically, digital rights needs to be looked at and understood as if it's not being understood. It needs to be addressed, and with every right comes a responsibility, and these needs to be addressed quite often. Element number 8, digital health and wellness. This is the physical and psychological well-being in a digital technology world. Eye safety, repetitive stress syndrome, these are practices that need to be addressed. Beyond all of the actual issues, there are psychological issues that place in the digital world as well. For example, people get addicted to the internet. As bad as it sounds, there's a culture that educates one on how to protect yourself from falling prey to that addiction. Digital security. These are the electronic precautions to guarantee safety. Pretty much like in reality, there are people that steal, do crimes, and all in all just don't comply with anything. This would be the 9th element. The exact same thing goes to the digital world, and this is why we need digital security in order to protect our information and sources from outside harm.